welcome back. So we know this image very well back when I did my first start on my LS swap stuff. But right here we have basically a great friend deal because I have some of the greatest friends. This is a 6-liter LS that was given to me. It's got the transmission still attached to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear this thing apart, and then we'll get a game plan after I get my hands a little dirty and see what the internals of this thing look like. Basically just strip all the crap off of the front, strip the manifolds off, get this piece of junk transmission off. I think it's one of those 4L junk transmissions. We don't deal with those things unless you want to go overdrive racing or like street car and rebuild your transmission probably 3 times. Then you can use those things. I don't prefer them. I'd rather just have a 400 or Power Glide. So that's me. But I'm going to set you guys up on a time lapse, start tearing this thing apart, and I hope you guys enjoy. Right, so that's finishing the teardown of the engine basically for right now. I'll obviously take some rags or something, shove them down into the cylinders for the valves and make sure we don't get any water or any of these acorns and shit all up in there, because we have a good sign so far on this motor. All of the exhaust manifold bolts came out with no problem, even though I used an impact gun. They all came out, nothing broke off. We all know LSs, they all like to break exhaust manifold bolts. So I'll get all that cleaned up, get ready to pressure wash that thing, get this big hunk of junk torn off. But this is what you are left over with after all of the basically the massacre I just did on it. I'll be saving the water pump and the intake manifold, and I'm trying to think of one other thing, probably the auxiliary bracket for like the power steering on this side, so that way the alternator will be able to mount in the same spot in this top left like on my other motor. But besides that, all of this other stuff is all junk to me, at least. So alternator, intake manifold, bracket, and water pump are the only thing that are going to be saved from this. The computer, wiring, all of this shit is all junk to me. So get this thing vacuumed up, get it capped off, and get that big hunk of junk out of there, and we'll get this thing cleaned up. All right, so it's been a little while since you guys saw that last clip. Obviously, as you can see, we have a fully disassembled engine now, and it is fully clean to the best of my abilities. Now, as you can see, obviously everything in the front's clean. All of our pistons are nice and cleaned up. I wiped down some of the bores, ran through them with a little dingleberry deal, and obviously sprayed up some of our best engine cleaner, which is going to be Easy Off over there. #1, shout out to them. So that stuff works great if you're going to do anything engine-wise, or you just spray it on. A few minutes later, take your handy-dandy power wash. I got a short build over here, and I spray her down, cleans everything off. You don't have to worry about most of it. After that, take obviously some Scotch-Brite, a wire wheel, knock all that crap off, and you'll have a nice platform to start with. So I'm just waiting on some black paint to show up for the block. Spray this thing up black, get the covers and obviously the oil pan and all that stuff cleaned up. Then we'll start slapping all that stuff back on there, but not before we throw in our Isky Racing cam. This is the cam I had for my first motor build that ended up dropping like 4 lifters or some shit. The cam was fine. The lifters ended up collapsing. So the cam, after looking at the specs, is really close to a turbo cam. I thought I was, doing something, and I was trying to use it on nitrous. But again, it was a Facebook deal. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It's all right. So we're going to throw it in this thing. We'll probably throw some boost at it. We'll see. Maybe I'll throw nitrous back at it because it's a 6-liter. Probably doesn't care. So we'll see where we go from there. But just want to give you guys kind of a little update on where we're at this point in the video. Kind of like an ending point. And then I'll catch you guys on the next one. You know how that goes. But I got a lot of little things to clean up. Some stuff to throw together. Some parts to order. And then we'll get this thing all done and wrapped up. So I will catch you guys on the next one.